A mistake I see local business owners make all the time when it comes to social media is they consistently post the same kind of content. And if they are changing it up, then they're flipping through maybe two or three kinds of content. And often what happens is one, they're usually posting boring content. But even if the types of posts that they're making are interesting, if they keep posting the same kinds of content for any length of time, their audience eventually gets bored. So I call this the roller coaster problem, right? Compare a roller coaster with a train. Trains are great. Trains are a lot of fun. You first get on a train, you're going straight, you're going fast. Isn't this amazing? This is so much fun. After a while, you pull out your phone, you're paying attention to other things, you're reading a book, you're taking a nap, you might like glance out the window every once in a while, but you are pretty much the excitement of the train has worn off. Same thing happens with the content. If your content is flat, if there is not a lot of change in your content, your audience is going to like it at first. And then eventually it's like, yeah, I keep seeing this same sort of thing, so I'm not going to pay as much attention. Instead, what you want is your content to be a roller coaster. It needs to go up, down, around, all over the place. And that's why I created my 8-part series about the different content buckets. And what I want to warn people against is, there are some pieces of the bucket or some bucket content types that are a lot of fun, like engagement games. Engagement games, oh my gosh, I get so many comments. Why don't I just do engagement games from here on out? And the reason is eventually people get bored with it. Eventually they're like, I'm tired of answering your 26 bajillion questions. I'm just not paying attention and I'm not into it anymore. The questions, the high engagement stuff works when it pops up out of the blue, right? We want to pop up out of the blue. Oh my gosh, they're asking me a question. Isn't this great? So each one of the 8 content buckets are different ways for you to engage with your audience, for you to educate your audience, and for your audience to connect with you. And if you only focus on 1 or 2 or even 3 of those content buckets, you're going to end up getting flat and your audience is going to ignore you. When you use all 8 content types, let's say on Monday you use content type number 1, Tuesday the next content type, and you flip through them. Now, there are certain pieces of content I think you should use a little bit more than others, but let's say you just did that. If you just flip through those 8 content buckets and started over from the beginning again, once you got to number 8, starting over at number 1 again, you're going to have more originality in your content. You're going to have more exciting content for your audience than if you just pick 1 or 2 that you think, well, if that gets me the engagement, I'll just do that. Because you don't want them to get bored. There are sometimes they need to learn something, sometimes they need to interact, sometimes they need to connect with you, sometimes they need to be inspired, sometimes they want to know what's behind the scenes. And when you mix those content types, then you're up, down, around, over, and your audience never knows what's coming next from you. So that means they're watching for the next piece of content. They're watching for those jackpots of the engagement games or a jackpot wonderful story about why you got started. But they're also reading the frequently asked questions posts, which are important for them to read and to understand. They're reading them because they're looking for the jackpot. And then they're like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. They may not engage with it, but they now know the information. And then tomorrow something more exciting happens. So they're willing to wade through some of the more what we might consider boring content because they know more exciting content is coming. And all of it is moving them closer to the buying decision. And that's what you want. So make sure your content is a roller coaster. Don't get stuck on just 1 or 2 content types. Because while even if the content is good, they'll be excited when they first come in, but they will quickly get bored. If your content is bad, we need to work on better content. Go check out my 8 buckets of content. It's going to give you the roller coaster effect of up and down and around. It's also going to make your content a lot better. So go check out that video series and give your audience something fun, exciting, and interesting to look forward to.